The dating ban out there to protect people? DLJ, you gotta be crazy. I know that's what y'all are thinking, but hear me out. Okay, so let's first establish that for the most part, Japanese people follow the rules. Japan follows the culture that it's better to not stand out. There's actually a Japanese saying that is something to the effect of, the nail that sticks out will be hammered down. This is maybe an explanation in why they mostly follow the rules. So because of this, if you go to Japan and you order an alcoholic drink, you never get carded. I think it's the same with the cigarette dispensing machines. It all works on the trust system. Most people don't cross the line, so they trust you not to cross the line. Okay, so how does this all relate to the idol dating ban? And why do I think it's more of a peacekeeping initiative rather than this oppression of girls' rights to date? So let's imagine a world where idols are free to date. Just let that soak in for a second. Heaven on earth, right? Our dreams would come true, idols would date us. The sad reality is, there's not enough idol to go around. There's only one of her and hundreds, thousands, or even 100,000s of fans. So if an idol were to date someone, I think mostly it would just cause resentment. Right? Because for whoever she's dating, it's just going to put a target on his back. Let's not even talk about crazed fans or anything like that. Let's just talk about human nature. You want to date somebody, but you see that they like someone else. All of us have been through it, and most of us know that it's not a good feeling. And then from then on, who knows what will happen when jealousy and other feelings come into play. If the idol were to start dating somebody, it's not like all the other suitors would just sit back and accept their fate. Some of them are going to try harder, some of them are going to try to get in the way. It would be a big, ugly mess. And you know what else would be a big, ugly mess? These big fucking AKB handshakes. You've got hundreds and thousands of people lined up. You think that if open season was declared on idol dating, you don't think it would just become this huge line of people confessing, hey, my name is so-and-so. You know nothing about me, but you want to go out with me? And then there's this thought that every person that would be confessing is some sort of creeper or loner or antisocial woda. But I'm telling you right now, you're going to have high school students, you're going to have college students, you're probably going to have some sort of businessmen or professionals, because that's a lot of their fans right now. So then handshakes would become this ginormous rejection fest. Because what sane idol is just going to date somebody they've never met, or don't at least know somewhat well? And as we've established before, they can probably only say yes to one person. I mean, they could go around accepting multiple people's confessions, but one, who has the time? And two, it would probably lead to a bunch of fistfights outside the venue because two parties wanted to assert their dominance. Also, have you ever had to reject somebody? It's not the easiest thing to do, especially if you're trying to let them down gently, which is another problem in and of itself. Guys are kind of dense. You can't really let them down gently because they misread the subtlety. So for example, in my own personal experiences, I once had somebody turn me down and they said, oh, I'm just not looking for a relationship right now. Which I took to mean, oh, well, they're not looking for a relationship right now, but when they eventually do, it's a possibility. But when really what you wanted to say was, well, you're not really the kind of person I'm interested in. Lesson learned. So if dating was allowed in the idol industry, idols would have to be turning down people left and right. Preferably, they'd be turning down people with enough conviction to not string them along. And then a lot of people would grow to despise her because A, they think she's a bitch for turning all these people down, or B, because she's dating somebody else. It's impossible for everybody to come out of this situation happy. So I think the best solution to all of this is to take it off the table completely. Hey, idols aren't allowed to date, so don't bother asking. And as we've established before, the Japanese are more likely to follow the rules. And anyone who doesn't, it's now universally seen as them doing something they're not supposed to. So shame on them. So it upsets me when these people come out and say, oh, idols aren't allowed to date because they have to keep up this image of availability and purity. The truth is, idols sell because of their image and their personality and their company's management. And yes, knowing about their personal life would probably ruin some of that. But are you telling me that if you had a dream girl and she was dating somebody else, that you would just immediately give up? I think guys are a little bit more resilient than that. I think if anything, they'll hang around and wait for their opportunity. Otherwise, what kind of dream girl was she in the first place? So in closing, I think this is a human problem and not so much an idol problem. The idol dating ban is put in place to try to manage human reaction and emotion. It is definitely very unique to the idol fandom, and I can admit it's probably not perfect, but then again, what system is? Thanks for listening to the DLJ Experience, and we'll see you again next time.